Okay, I'm Rodney Fuller. I went to NCTC in 2010, and I went for the welding program. And me going to the welding program, I just kind of got involved because I got laid off from a job, and I got hooked up with a lady named Dewana. I can't think of her last name, but Dewana, she got me in after being told that I couldn't get into the Gainesville program. Um, she helped me fill out the paperwork and told me to come back and see her the next day. And the next day I went back, she told me I was in. And like I said, I guess it was almost 6 months that I went. I learned the welding program. It's a good tool for people that wants a trade. And I went from the NCTC class to working part-time for a company called Form Energy Technology. And I welded out there for about a year and went from welding to I'm a coating inspector. I work in the quality department. And I actually do the quality over all the vessels, the tanks. I do the part where when they come out of the shop, I inspect welds, blast profile, and I also help run a crew of 5 guys, which is called the touch-up crew. And I'm the last guy that touches the tanks in the vessel. And with that program, it has taken me from looking for jobs and just mediocre jobs, working part-time jobs, to a full-time job. And I've been there going on 4 years now. And I really think without that that education, I wouldn't be where I am today. Me and my wife both, we bought a house. We had a house on Refinery, but we ended up selling that house and we bought a bigger home. It's just been without that program, again, like I said, it's just been a good deal for us. Giving our kids a better life.
I'm Candace Fuller, and I went to the graduated from the LVN program at NCTC in 2005. The LVN program was perfect for me. Nursing, something I wanted to do, and it's a year-long program. It's 12 months, so you get in and you can get out. We had 2 small kids at the time, so that was very convenient for me to do that. I liked the classes there. I liked the instructors there. They were very good, taught us very well. And once I graduated, I was right off the bat able to find a job. Was able to pass my state boards, which NCTC here in Gainesville has a very high rate of passing state boards first time you take them, which is very nice. And passed my state boards and got a job right off. I have worked in pediatric home health care now for almost 7 years, and worked a little bit at a nursing home. You'll never have a problem finding a job, so that part's nice. And it's, once I graduated, within the first year I graduated, I almost doubled my salary of what I was making before I went to LVN school. And now I've passed that. I make more than double than what I did before I started in LVN school. I love my job. I love what I do. And like I said, the program, the instructors and everybody were wonderful. They helped us. Everything was really easy, basically, to just, once you get in, to just go. And the program itself is hard. You have to study, obviously, but that's a good thing. And like he said, since then we've been able to do a lot more things now. Our income's a lot higher, and he was laid off at the time. So it's just been a big, huge help for both of us, for both of these programs, for us to be able to go through.
Fantastic.
I'd say, when I was in there, it was great. And even like now, when I go back to do the weld off to help judge the welders with the students, it's great. Teachers, they're there to show you exactly what needs to be done in the field.
Like I said, both of our incomes have it's been way worth it. Both of our incomes way increased, and especially here in Gainesville, there's tons of jobs for welding. There's also tons of jobs for nursing anywhere here in this area and around here. You won't have a problem finding a job as a nurse, as an LVN. That's never going to be a problem for you. So, and your income will greatly increase, most likely, depending on what you're already doing. But so it was, and they're both such short programs. I don't know how you could. I would not be able to take another program and make as much money as I do in such a short period of time, like I did there. I didn't see, neither would Rodney either, because he went 6 months and I
Yeah.
went 12 months, and we both make a lot more money than what we did.
And as far as like as far as the community, anybody can, can get in that in any one of those programs. It's just applying yourself and reaching out. So it's been real good for like I said, for both of us, and even some of our friends. Personally, it's very important because again. It's something that I wanted to learn. Welding is one of those deals. Either you can or you can't. And with my situation, Kenny Smith, I told him, when I first got in that program, I have to learn this. This is like a last shot deal for me. And he was like, you're going to learn it. And there was times that I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, and when they put those little programs on, as far as like the weld-off competitions, I got a couple of first place, a couple of second place, and it was good. Money-wise, like Candy just said, I'm making a lot of money.
And I think it's nice. Every community needs nurses. I mean, so the nursing program's perfect. And like you said, I mean, you have to do some things to get into it, obviously. And you have to make grades to pass. But every community needs them. And what better way to have them graduate here, keep them here if you can, pay them well, and then return it back, give back to the community by giving back to them, working for one of the companies here or wherever and helping others. I mean, that's kind of what nursing's all about. So that's always going to help your community whenever you're, putting out nurses, having graduating nurses in your community.
And it's kind of one of those deals where, just like with our kids, we have two younger kids, and if they do go to college, that's a plus. But if they choose to, maybe get into nursing or the welding or any other program that they have that they would like to get in, I think it's going to benefit our kids and even the kids behind them. So keeping this is going to always be a good value to our community.
I think it's a must, because you can't produce good nurses if you don't stay up on the technology and things that you're going to have to use out in the field. If you don't stay up to what the hospitals are doing and what's going to be required of you when you go to do your field work and what's going to be required when you go to take your test, you have to know what's going on and what the latest technology is in order to be able to use those things and adapt that when you go out to do all your clinicals and things with patients. So, I mean, you have to stay up with technology in either one of those fields.
And as far as like in the field I'm in, which is the welding, anybody that is a welder, fabricator, that's the place to go. And they stay on top of the new technology. Everything from blueprints to, bids, bidding on jobs, just everything. They stay on top of what's going on in the oil and gas industry, So, yeah, I think that's very important.
I think just what we've been saying, it's a great asset to the community. You need to keep the programs here to keep graduating nurses, keep graduating. Obviously, that increases jobs. You have less layoffs overall in the community, have less layoffs in the welding, when you go into welding. His program, I know guys can go with their GED and get into there. To me, that's a plus. You have a lot of people who might not have necessarily graduated from high school. They're not going to go back. They can go get their GED. They have a program and then goes right into the welding program, learn a trade. That improves everything, for the whole community. You have people now that are able citizens that are helping give back to the community, making money instead of, living on welfare or having to do things like that. And And like I said, a nurse is always a plus in any community because every community needs nurses. And so we're always going to give back, not only just the financial part, but just because what nursing does is help others. And that's always going to help the community.
And, you know, I think that, you know, it's very important because anybody that wants to do better, anybody that wants to help themselves, this program, by passing this bond, they can do it. You know, they can go in and get the help and, you know, not depend on, you know, any parts of whatever they might be doing in their life that they're not happy with. You know, I think the crime rate will stay down. Again, like she said, the unemployment, you know, will stay down. People depending on welfare and, you know, just stuff like that. So I think passing this bond would really, really help.